Yellow duckies, and welcome back to Queen's Wish 2. My name is Viola. If you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. This valley is blocked from the icy wind by tall peaks to either side. It has created a little pocket of warmth in which a few small patches of crops can survive. The few Ro who live up here mainly live on the forage and wild game. The ancient Rokaj city of Etzalam is tucked into a small and easily protected side valley to the west. You can see its old crumbling buildings and the remnants of its walls. When guard towers see your approach, many horns are blown. A few dozen Highlithans come out of the city to see the approach of the Havenite who shattered their walls. They watch you for a few minutes, then they shrug and return to the warmth of their homes. So we are approaching Etzalam to investigate here. You enter the city of Etzalam. It is the highest, coldest forest city of the Rokaj. Not really a city, actually, more of a trading post where the clans that eke out a survival on the glaciers can come to make contact with the rest of humanity. There are guards, but there aren't many people out on the streets, understandable considering the cold weather, yet when they see you, the tension and anger on their faces is clear. Things have changed. To get here, you had to destroy the walls of the Fangs of Justice. You blew up their wall, and everyone knows. In the lowlands, the Ro would still pretend they are happy you are here. The Highlithans are refusing to pretend. For now, your mission is to speak with the Rasa of the Highlitha, and here is position. When you're done, nobody will be unhappy about your departure. Well. First things first, though. Let's check out all the places where everybody hates me. A Ro merchant stands behind the counter waiting to trade with you. He doesn't look Lithan. Too short and too dark a complexion. He gives you a nervous smile as you approach. The Ro sitting around the fire grow quiet. "Welcome, noble envoy of Haven," the merchant said in a strained voice. "I'm Trader Absol. I'm eager to help you." "You from the Highlitha?" "I'm not. I came up here from the Kraniswood to start this post. The Highlithans don't do a lot of trading." "Why not?" "I don't know. I think it's not in their blood. Business? They stick closer to the old ways here, hunting the glaciers, mining. Folk from the Kranis often come up here to work." "You miss the Kranis?" "Of course. Sometimes I miss seeing green trees so much I could shout. I will earn enough to become established in life, then I'll go home and another will take my place." "Do you have a problem trading with me?" "Of course not. We're all people of Haven here. It's an honor to have you." "Heard any rumors recently?" "Rumors? No. Nothing?" "Looking for a package of herbs that was never delivered to Fort Preston." He looks at the Ro sitting around the fire. Then he makes a decision. "I've heard rumors. Lots of caravans attacked. Merchants killed. The wagons taken up to Icegate. I think nobody here right now likes the caravans being attacked." Men at the fire think about this. Then they nod. "Rumors? Nothing about events up here?" "Not at all. Things have been peaceful. Haven's rule has left us happy and content." "Sure. Like to trade?" Do you have for sale?" "Yeah." Here? No. It's better. What I have. Magic. Hmm. compartments on his weapon yet. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Does he have any compartments? Yeah, he has opens that are open. Let's see. One's a special one. Pretty. Staff would be her. Nope. There's better. Action. Yeah. I'm good. Be sure. I don't think I actually have one in. Unfortunately, she's through troubles. Okay. Oh, that's that area. Okay, we want to go down here. There you go. Built a small hall up here in the mountains. There's an alchemy workshop, though it is largely neglected right now. The only Arid here is pacing back and forth while reading a book. You struggle to get his attention. When he finally looks up from his tome, he says, "Oh, a visitor." He's anxious. He doesn't deal with a lot of outsiders. A Havenite, I see. I am Arid Dunstan. Destan? Destan. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the Hall of Learning and Wisdom. All are welcome here. We study here. We do a bit of alchemy, as you saw, mainly treatments and medicines and ointments to help the Hylethans deal with their icy lives. I mainly study history. I could use more potions. Oh, even if we could make that sort of thing, our alchemists had to rush down to the Tower of Eurydico. Some sort of urgent meeting. Don't know anything about it. Wasn't invited. Study history up here. Of course, the Hylethans have a major role to play in the lives of the Row. They take their history very seriously. Why? The Hylethans guard the deep truth of the Rokaj. They decide what it means to be Row. They decide when that changes. This is a difficult task. They can't do it without studying history. They need to know how the Row tried to change in the past and what resulted from it. All are welcome here? Of course, the Eurydico gathers knowledge. We want to share our learning with the world. We want the world to know that the Rokaj battles mysteries with the same passion we battle each other. We welcome all, even those we fear, like food. That question stops him. He clears his throat. We don't fear anyone. Not right now. All is well in our lands. What sort of history are you studying? Right now, I'm studying the cycle of conquest. The Rasses of the Row have had many questions. Cycle of conquest? The Rokaj has been conquered many times. Outsiders see the wealth of our mountains, and they see our people as simple barbarians. This begins a process. First, conquest and exploitation, then in time the Rokaj eject them. It is a common pattern. How many times has the Row been conquered? Row is older than our history. We have recorded 4 full cycles of conquest and expulsion. Of course, our vassalage to Haven is not counted. We want to be your vassals. Do you shake off your oppressors? An explosion of fury and blood so rapid and surprising that even we Row didn't fully expect it. So Haven will be thrown out eventually? Of course not. I must stress we are happy to be Haven's vassals. You bring much security and wealth. Plus, he can never be free of you. We learned that lesson well. Learned the lesson. We tried to rise up a century ago. Great uprising. Haven responded with great force. Our warriors were slaughtered, our walls destroyed. I doubt a full uprising will ever happen again. Can I help with your research? Oh, An unexpected question, but the Haven does like to learn. Yes, there's a place I want to investigate. The Low Crypts and the Larocon ruins. Catacombs are a great place to learn about the past, and no Arid has investigated those tunnels. Yeah, if you want to help, that would be a good place to search for knowledge. Why don't you go for yourself? I'm afraid the ruins are full of fierce monsters. I have tried to get others to go, but they say it will be a great risk and no benefit. Where are the ruins? Burrowed under the mountains to the east. It's all for now, thanks. I'm gonna investigate your tower down. I have a place to sleep here. Interesting. Right. Ale house! Let's go get some ale! We have another trader. There are several merchants in the inn, trading and haggling. Most actively avoid you. One of them catches your eye and pulls you off to the side of the inn. She leans close and says in a voice hard to hear over the din of the inn, I am trader Umita. We should not talk long. Your haven, perhaps we can do business. You trade. The Hylitha trade their quicksilver. In return, I bring food, medicine, and tools, all the luxuries of the life the Lithan Rasa allows. There much quicksilver in these high peaks. Up this far, not much. Few decent mines. Those are the ones I trade with. Poor folk up here don't have many ways to earn hard currency. Even is in need of quicksilver. Let's get some thought. I might be able to help. I know a place that needs help. I can get their quicksilver to you. Looks again to make sure nobody's listening. Go north to the pit of the iceworm. Return to me when they are willing to send you quicksilver. That's quite a name. Place with a long history. Why is it so scary to tell me that? I don't understand the Hylithans anymore. They're doing what they're thinking. I need to be cautious. I can't be seen as loving haven. I can do more. Go to the pit. It will tell you what is wrong. Where are you from? Gentle Coast mainly. I do the pilgrim road runs. The Hylitha tolerate me. They need to buy and sell. I can't aggravate them though. Interesting. No, that is worrying. I'm talking to you just because it's good to have someone to talk to. My usual contacts are avoiding me. I can't even learn what roads have brigands on them. I'm looking for a package of herbs that was never delivered. Loads of caravans have been disappearing from the roads. Someone else might say who is attacking them and where the goods are taken. I don't know. There's one soldier of Haven in the inn. He sits in the back corner, and all the road keep a safe distance away. You note that he looks like most of the other people here. He has the build and pale complexion of a Hylithan. As you approach, he rises. I am honored, princess. I am Captain Ekza. He salutes. That permanently settled, you sit and he fetches you a drink. Good to see you. I have had a cold reception here in all sorts of ways. What brings you to Etzalam? I act as a trader for the downward forts. Much of our army is camped outside Lascara. They sent me to get supplies. Since I'm Ro, I was their first choice to deal with the Hylithans. You're from the Martage. Of course, many of our people join with Haven. We are your vassals, after all. People from all over the Empire serve all over the Empire. Any luck getting supplies? No. None downward, none here. Running out of places to go. Learned anything interesting? Yes. Everyone is out of everything. Our soldiers at Lascara are having trouble getting properly supplied. Very odd. Odd, how so? This has never happened before. Things have been chaotic, but not so bad that there would be a major shortage. Yet suddenly merchants I have traded with for years are scared to help pay them. Not because I destroyed their wall. That didn't help, I assure you. However, these problems started well before that. Grass are being killed, remember? After you arrived in your cache, though. Let's even have a halt here. No. Our only outpost up here is Glacier Keep. Who made that decision? Governor Ivana. She doesn't like for her warriors to be too visible. It upsets the Hylithans. She likes to keep things quiet. Tell me about Governor Ivana. Here to evaluate her, aren't you? Well, she's one of the better governors. She understands the Hylithans. It's as well as an outsider can, anyway. Where are you going from here? Downward. There's nothing for us up here. I have to return to the Krannis Woods and the Low Daga. I'm going to have to cause some trouble. It worries me. What worries you? Normally, the Rokaj would never attack Haven. The Geldnass would never assassinate a Havenite. Yet, the things I've been seeing, there's a new anger in the air, a new danger. And looking behind me when I walk down the street. You're attracting some annoyed looks. That is all I can say for now. Please leave me. I need to try to trade again. He rises and crosses the door. Something is up. Something is definitely up. Anybody interesting in here? Or just more townsfolk? Why are you blocking that way? There's a large thermal spring in the southwest corner of town. The air around it is moist and blissfully warm. This must be one of the reasons a settlement was made here. The people of the Hylitha come here to bathe. Much business and conversation is happening in these warm waters. A few bold souls are out enjoying the pool. Most of the locals are avoid going in until you are gone. This hall is full of statues. They are all of honored warriors, of course, but also Arids, explorers, and a few ordinary-looking people as well. Much of the history of this land is kept by the Mistalkers. One of them is sitting cross-legged here, sipping tea. She's a woman, exhausted and half awake. When you're close, her eyes snap open. She coughs a bit, then slowly rises. Oh, hello, Haven. I'm Miss Talker Uwazi. It is always an honor to be visited by our keepers. What does Miss Talker do? We talk to the dead, to the ghosts of the Hylitha. Our honored dead are buried here. Sometimes their spirits emerge. Sometimes their spirits are angry. The Mistalkers hear their wisdom, and, if needed, return them to the rest. There are many ghosts up here. So many. The most spend their time quietly fading into nothingness. It was only recently that many of them started to emerge. Sometimes events anger them and they rise up to speak and cause trouble in numbers. The angriest ones are on the highest peaks. I was just up there. That's why I'm so tired. Sort of events. I don't know. Sometimes the spirits have a hard time making themselves understood. They're angry. That is all I know. What sort of spirits are on the highest peaks? The strongest. The ones who have such rage and power that they can leave their burial place and march to prove a Krug. Those are the ones most determined to take part in decisions. They are also the hardest ones to calm. And you say you were on the highest peaks recently? Yes, well, not that recently. I don't know what is happening up there. It's been some time since I passed through the ice gate. How have the spirits been lately? Angry. I'm sure you've met them. Angry ghosts rising all over the Hylitha. Why have they been so angry? Even as just to us. You're wise rulers, yet some of the older ghosts don't realize how much good you've brought us. They rise to complain, and I calm them. Were you able to calm them? Once I could. My force of will was once enough for most. My spell sent the rest back to rest. Now, spirits are so angry. They know things are... I don't know what they know. I only see that they're far more eager to lash out now. It is harder to fight them. What will you do now? I will rest. When I'm well, I will go out into the snow. It is my purpose, and I am needed. You are unwell. My last journey was difficult. The spirits would not listen. I had to fight more than I'm used to. There are things that need doing, and I'm being too slow. Perhaps I can help. She thinks about this. She's quiet for a while. You think she has nodded off, then she reaches behind her, produces a sack, and hands it to you. You look inside. It's full of shards of shattered weapons. Perhaps something can be done by Haven. Perhaps, if the spirits see you, it will calm them. There are 3 stone circles near us. The spirits are drawn to them. That is why they were built. Give those spirits an offering of those shards. It will calm them. Where are the circles? The 3 are to the north and east. Why would anyone want these metal shards? They were the weapons of those row who fell in battle. Each of those blades was held by one who died. Spirits, they can sense that. Each blade is touched by death. It is a gift the ghosts honor. Offer now. Quite a few places for me to rest. Interesting. Let's go up to the porch. Much of the original colony of Etzalam was dug out into the cave. The tunnels provide shelter from the cold and harsh winds outside. People aren't living back here now. Instead, the tunnels are full of supplies. Piles of food, weapons, also stone. Many piles of large stone blocks. They're clean, new, and ready for construction. What's that? This cave has been a smithy for centuries. The smoke escapes through a brick chimney in the ceiling, and the hole is caked with huge clumps of black gunk, slowly accumulating over many years. The current smith is a woman with olive skin. She isn't pleased by the intrusion, but the row reflex towards courtesy kicks in. Welcome, visitors from Haven. I am Siaga, the smith. Welcome to Etzalam to work my... Come to Etzalam to work my trade. Where are you from? I left the Lodaga when I was young. After a time of wandering, I came here. I selected my craft, and the smiths here were willing to teach me. Why did you leave your home? She looks at the insignia on your shoulder, then she chooses her words carefully. I was born with the desire to work, to create. This is not encouraged for women of the Lodaga. A few Dagan women are like me. They leave our home for a different life. I'd like to know more. You should go to the Lodaga. It is not my place to lecture royalty. What do you craft here? Some tools, of course. Some of the ice climbing equipment, spikes and such. Sometimes I have dreams of more ambitious projects, of course. Right now, I make what we need. There are a lot of weapons here. Yes, well, Oro have lots of weapons. They're here. I repair weapons sometimes. I don't make them. You have wares I can buy. The humble things I make would not interest you. The weapons we have, we need. All of them are worse than what you bear anyway. This is a large workshop. It is an old place, capable of great things. It's an honor to work here, even if I just make spikes and hatchets. I have a sword that needs some repairs. Takes the old strange blade in her hands. This is remarkable. I could repair it, bring it back to its full potential. I don't have time, but I can't pass up a chance like this. Or might it be fixed? Depends on the materials I use. With 2 bars of deep metal and 2 crystals of correct quality, I could repair the crack. It will be a blade of great power. However, I could infuse the blade with amber and clarity brew. I could emphasize its natural magic. It would be able to cast forth rainbows of energy, though it would be useless as a melee weapon. Don't need a magical. Repaired. Give her the materials and she carries out the repairs. It is a quick process. She works with great dexterity and efficiency. Soon the blade is repaired. She gives it back to you. Thank you, Havenite. This was a rare pleasure. Now excuse me, I need some rest. Ooh. Oh, yes. Finally, it has been repaired. And I'm guessing this leads into the hall. Giant skull. Interesting giant skull. While you're the row sitting at the table polishing one of a pair of long swords, is exhausted, barely awake, and his exposed skin has been chapped by a long day's riding across the glacier. When you approach him, he lets out a sigh and sets his work aside. Greetings, Havenite. I'm Watcher Aiden of Etzalam. I can speak with you, but you can learn much more from my master in the next room. You're a Watcher. That is my service. The Highlitha guards the true paths and beliefs of the Rokaj. When our elders think someone is going astray, a Watcher is sent to see what is being done. Then we judge. What happens if you approve? Nothing. The Rokaj can change to adapt to the rest of the world. However, this must happen very slowly. We must debate and choose how we change. However, being Row has no meaning. What happens if they've gone astray? I report this to our elders. Then they make their thoughts known to the Rokaj. Those who have gone astray are then influenced by those around them. If this does not correct them, if they ignore the wisdom of the High Mountain, more steps are taken. You judge. His hand on his heart. I was brought up on the icy glaciers. I learned to fight and to survive. I was brought up to be a true Row. My heart is pure and knows our ways. It is what judges. I have to know more. You can never know more, half-Row. you were raised in a decadent land, you can never, ever understand what it is to be us. Here's credit, very few people in the known world are brave or foolish enough to speak to Havenite royalty that way. Anything I can help you with? No. Where was your last journey? Set this blade aside for a moment. In many places. It was the wish of Rasa Saharam that I ride the length and breadth of the road, getting the thoughts of many of our people as quickly as possible. Why so many so quickly? Business of the Rokash. I need to find Rasa Saharam. Have you seen him? While I was on my journey, he moved. I don't know where he's gone. When he speaks, he avoids your gaze. You're sure that he's lying. Not the truth. Think what you wish. He picks his sword up and resumes sharpening it. You get no more useful conversation out of him. Master of Etzalam is sitting on one of the tarnished metal thrones. She sits on like a statue, arms on the armrest, barely watching you as you approach. She reminds you of Mother. The guards keep their hands near their weapons. When you're too close to ignore, she turns her head and head towards you. You have come to Etzalam. You would not be denied. I am Sarah. I'm the master here. I'm Princess Viola of Haven. I know who you are. I know why you've come. We tried to keep you away. We have failed. You will go where you wish, but I will not help you. I'd like to know about Etzalam. It is a city of the Hyleth. It is a cold place. In temperature and in our attitude to you, you will find little help here. How old is this town? Settlers of the Row have come here to take the waters for all of our history. We have very long memories. The action you took to get here, it will not be forgotten. Like you're gathering a lot of supplies. Gather food and equipment to survive the winter. We are different from other cities, from no other city in your empire. She's not wrong, but you suspect there is more than that going on. Any problems I can help with? There's not. Can't ask you for help, only answers. There is great fear now and great rage. We have suffered a loss and we do not know how to react. I fear what must come. What do you mean? I mean you have invaded us. Someone chose to keep you out. Someone closed the wall at the Fangs of Judgment. Then you destroyed it. You attacked us. Destroying your wall was a mistake. Not. It's good to hear you know that. If the mistake was made, now we must both wait for the consequences. You need to be less vague. What is happening? Just for a moment, her composure breaks. A bit of frustration comes through. I don't know. I only rule this small town. There are things my Rasa doesn't want me to know. I don't know why our walls were closed to you. People in this town are shocked, frustrated, and though they would not admit it, very afraid. You want to solve your mysteries, you won't do it here. I need to talk to Rasa Saharam. Can't help you. I don't know where he is. It is very hard to read her, but this is very likely not true. Perhaps he does not want to talk to you. Shouldn't you know where he is? I'm a master. I watch Etzalam when the Rasa is away, which is almost always. No, I don't know where he is. Can you have doubts? You're lying. She looks you in the eye. I will not help you find the Rasa. He doesn't want you to see him. I must respect it. I'll just go find him. Do that then. Chase disaster. Find the Rasa and leave my village alone. Good day. While I'm here, I'm looking for a package of herbs. So you invaded our lands to get a package of herbs. I'm trying to stop a war. You think I have nothing more important to worry about now? I don't know where your herbs that wasn't very productive. But we have a few more quests. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to keep up to date on all the videos, and remember to free the feral wildflower in you. Bye bye!